sick. Kaplan from the New England Motorcycle Museum, and this is an extremely rare bird. This is a 1973 Kawasaki S1 250 Mach 1. It's a 3-cylinder, 2-stroke. Came from the factory with just under 30 horsepower, rated to do about 96 miles per hour. If you own an H1 500 or an H2 750 or you're collecting motorcycles, this is a must-have for the 2-stroke enthusiast. I've been in Daytona 25 years in a row for Bike Week. I've never even seen one of these down there. Super, super rare piece. We've had several H2 750s come into the shop in the last year, and this and a bunch of H1 500s that are on our YouTube channel. This is by far the best running of all of them. It purrs like a kitten, 9,300 original miles. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it starts first kick. Just basically, all you do is just do a little start it with your hand, and it idles and it runs beautifully. Let me give you a quick drive-by here. Beautifully on it. The horn, turn signals, rear plate. Okay, should I do another drive-by, or do you think I got enough footage? beating fast, you might be dead. This thing's just, man, the first time I saw it, I was like, wow, what a jewel. The gold, the metallic gold paint job with the yellow and red racing stripes, the Kawasaki logos, the 3 chrome pipes, and the way it sounds, the thing just howls. It's called the Mach 1 250, manufactured in September of 1972. It makes this bike 46 years old, and it is almost 50 years old, and it's an absolutely stunning classic. If you own an H1 or you own an H2, you need to add this to your collection, or if you're starting a collection, this is a fantastic investment quality bike. I haven't seen a nicer one on the road in a long time. In fact, you hardly ever even see them on the road, but we went right through the bike. I got a whole work order of stuff we did to it. We put about $2,000 in of service and parts into it. The previous owner took really good care of this bike. It looked exactly like this when it came to us. The bike's in beautiful shape. The original seat pan and seat, I believe it's original seat cover, are in excellent shape. Has the 2 spark plug containers back here. It's got the glove box back here. It's got a brand new battery. This is the cafe style rear tailpiece, original factory tailpiece with the chrome bar on it. We believe the bike's been repainted, or at least the tail fin's been repainted, possibly the tank. So it might be a repaint, but it looks original. Just a stunning bike. It's got the cafe bars, original vintage grips, showing 9,400 miles on the speedometer. The speedometer and tachometer work beautifully. All the blinkers, lights, tail light, brake light, everything works fantastic. Where did I leave out? What do you want to say about this bike, Kenny?
Well, the original exhaust pipes are in exceptional condition, as you can tell from the photos and the video. However, they're not perfect. So there are, unfortunately, there is a rust through on the right side here.
There's a little rust spot right here, a couple of small patches up here, tiny little rust holes. They probably could be repaired. Certainly you could replace them easily, but these are the original pipes. There's a little road rash right here. A couple little nicks on the side of the peg and one on the brake lever right here. As far as the weight, that's cosmetic stuff. The rust holes aren't cosmetic, obviously, but those could be welded over and re-chromed, or you can replace them. The brakes on this thing, one of the things that surprised me, first of all, it started Mark Olson, who's our lead tech here, who's been working on vintage Kawasaki's for 30 plus years. He used to own a vintage restoration shop, his own shop, and works for us now. He said this is the nicest Kawasaki triple we've got in here as far as the way that it runs. We've had over a dozen of them. It starts like first kick every time. It's carbureted perfectly, and when you get on the gas, the thing just howls. One thing that surprised me is the brakes. They're drum brakes, but they work perfectly. The front brakes feel as strong to me as a single disc brake, and the rear brake works excellent also. The original suspension is in good condition. The swing arm is super tight. There's no play in the bearings or anything on the rear end. It only has 9,400 miles, so it's a low mile original bike. As far as paperwork on the bike goes, the bike was last registered in 2016, so it just expired May of 2016. The previous owner didn't ride the bike much in the last couple years. He did start and run it, so this bike has never sat for an extended period, which is like a kiss of death for a vintage motorcycle, letting them sit for. A lot of these bikes sat for decades and need full frame-off restoration.
And that's when the 40, 50 hour work orders.
Yeah, 40, 50 is conservative, but you can easily put 100 hours into restoring a motorcycle. It can take weeks. Then ordering all the parts. This one's done. It's ready to ride. It's a fantastic rider. We go over the work order. I'll tell you everything we did to it. Hopefully you can hear me over my pups. This is our latest addition to the family, Rocky. He's a 8 months old Rottweiler. He weighs 100 pounds. Then that's Uncle Bud. Bud's a 100-pound Newfie. He's 8, so his job is to follow me around and eat everything that I don't eat. So, anyway, the bike went through the detail shop where we cleaned and polished the entire motorcycle. Then it came up into the service department. We did a cylinder compression test, 150 PSI across the board, which is perfect. The engine's in mint shape. We replaced the spark plugs, removed 3 sets of points for access to clean and lubricate the points cam. We clean and set the points, all 3 sets, and gapped them and adjusted the timing of the bike. We installed a brand new Iwasa battery, replaced the main fuse holder and the positive terminal sub harness. We repaired the rectifier wiring as needed. Checked the spark, everything was good and strong. Checked all the lights, horn and turn signals. He did note that the high-low button was broken off for the high-low beam. So it's going to need a new high and low beam button. Let's see, where did I leave off here? Okay, I drained the fuel from the fuel tank and checked the petcock operation. It needed a new petcock, so I installed a brand new petcock. Removed all 3 carburetors. This is where you got time consuming. Removed all 3 carburetors to perform a complete clean and adjust. Replaced the clamp-on air filters. It's got a brand new open Canyon style air filters. Replaced all the fuel lines and the vent lines. Then synchronized the throttle slides and the choke plungers and the oil pump cables. He removed and drained the oil in the oil injection tank and inspected the sight glass, seal and outlet screw, seal, cleaned the vent hose, installed, filled and bled the oil line to the pump. So the oil pump's working perfectly, everything's adjusted beautifully. The carbs are completely rebuilt, cleaned inside and out in our hydrosonic carb cleaning tank, and completely dismantled and rebuilt. Very time consuming project. Gear oil is new. He adjusted the clutch cable, adjusted the tire pressures, adjusted the front brake cable, started, ran the engine, checked the charging system off, which was perfect, checked the operation of all electrical functions, set, everything works great, set the idle speed and the air screws, and test rode it, and it runs great, as you can see. I had a blast riding it around. I normally just take a spin up and down the street, but I rode this thing for about a half an hour. It's just a really fun bike. I'd never seen one on the road before. I don't remember seeing these on the road when I was a kid. I've seen lots of 500s and 777, but the 250 just, hey, guys, take it easy. Come here. Come here. Quiet. We're trying to work here. Sit. They can't hear me talk with you or their noise. So, Mark did note that the tires that are on there are towards the end of their life cycle, so you could put a new set of tires on it. The chain and sprockets are probably maybe 30–40% of the life left, same as the rear tire, so you might get a season out of the tires, but if you wanted to put a chain and sprockets and tires on it, that wouldn't be a bad idea, but it certainly is very road ready as it is. We didn't want to do everything on the bike and have the price be obscenely expensive. So we put about $2,000 into the bike ourselves, between 20 hours service and detail time, and the parts. The total work order came in at $2,094. Let's call it $2,100. We just invested into it, and it's ready to go. If you check the NEDA value, it's $57.50. However, I think they're undervalued. I think these bikes are extremely rare, and the collector who's into two-strokes, which is most collectors like vintage two-strokes, and you've got a 750 H2, you got to have this in your collection. It's the right color, it's the right year, 1973, and it's beautiful. Original shocks with the original reflectors still on the back and the front. These are the things that are usually gone. The original turn signals, headlight, just a fantastic bike. You know, it's not perfect. It does have some patina on it. It does have the little rust holes in the exhaust, but it's a low mile bike, and if you want to make it perfect, it's a great starting point. So, did I leave anything out, Kenny? Shipping overseas.
Shipping, yeah.
We can ship it to Europe for $750, which is ridiculously cheap. We can ship it to the West Coast from here for $600, and anywhere down on the East Coast of Florida for $400. So don't worry about shipping. $400 for the East Coast, $600 for the West Coast, $750 you'll get it to the UK. If you live in another country, call us. We have a lot of exporters that can help you with that.
Yeah, we'll get you a quote.
Yep, you don't pay any sales tax because unless you live in Connecticut. If you live in Connecticut, you got to pay sales tax. Guys, shh. I think that's about it. A portion of the proceeds are going to fund the New England Motorcycle Museum. We're having a brew fest here April 21st, and we have 20 microbreweries coming here, and the big building is going to be opening on or around the 21st. So you're buying a piece of moto history, a piece of moto art that's sure to go up, an investment quality bike that's sure to go up in value, and you're also helping support the preservation of motorcycle history by supporting the museum, because any profits on this bike are going right into the motorcycle museum. So if you want to leave it here on display in the museum, please do. We'd love to have this here with our collection of vintage two-strokes. So if you buy it, you can definitely leave it here as long as you wish, or pick it up right away. So good luck bidding on it, and God bless America.